Support for WCBU's On Deck comes from Jaguar Land Rover Peoria on Allen Road. Special offers available on nearly every new Jaguar with personalized service throughout purchasing and ownership. Jaguar, a proud luxury and performance brand. More at jaguarlandroverpeoria.com.
An Illinois Central College student group wants to preserve what are believed to be some significant archaeological remains on the East Peoria campus. That's just one of the things you'll want to hear about to start your day for Thursday, July 11th. I'm Tim Shilley, and this is WCBU's On Deck. State lawmakers are joining calls for the Illinois Commerce Commission to reject rate hike requests from Illinois American Water and Aqua Illinois. The two companies are the largest private water utilities in the state. Illinois American Water serves Peoria, Pekin, and other central Illinois communities. The company is now requesting a rate increase that would see an average customer's bill go up by about $30 a month. Brian McDaniel is the Director of Governmental Affairs for the Citizens Utility Board. He says current state law allows Illinois American Water to pass on the cost of its acquisitions to ratepayers instead of shareholders.
This is a monopoly utility that gives people, that controls a vital resource that's raised their dividend 16 years in a row. Something severely out of whack here.
Democratic State Representative Nabila Syed says she introduced a bill that would end that practice, curtail surcharges that bypass the regulatory process, and require referendums before a water company is sold to private interests.
This rate hike has made it clear that more extensive protections are necessary now more than ever to prevent communities like ours from being preyed upon by big businesses that are looking to have their profits.
Illinois American Water's president says the increased rates will fund infrastructure upgrades that will allow the company to continue providing services at reasonable costs over the long term. The Illinois Commerce Commission is set to make a decision this December. Here are some of the other stories we're following in the WCBU newsroom. A former Illinois lawmaker and gubernatorial candidate is sentenced to 3.5 years in prison for stealing nearly $700,000 from his campaign funds. Governor J.B. Pritzker says he remains all in for President Joe Biden amid growing calls within the Democratic Party for the incumbent to drop his re-election bid. The Peoria City Council is deferring action on a liquor license for the highly flavored restaurant again. That's despite evidence presented Tuesday that the business wasn't linked to much police activity when it was located at Landmark. Find more of these stories and all the details at WCBU.org. For over 30 years, Illinois Central College students have been able to get involved in the community and improve the environment with SAFE, or the Student Association for the Environment. Now they're working to conserve something else, what they believe to be Native American mounds. WCBU's Isabella Nieto reports.
Current SAFE members are taking on a new challenge on the ICC East Peoria campus. Julia Carpenter and Jordan Bohannon are the co-presidents of SAFE. They are working to get Native American mounds found on the ICC campus recognized by the state. Julia says there isn't much known about the mounds yet. She says the story of the mounds actually started as a campus rumor among students and faculty.
What's interesting about the mounds is that we think that they're woodland mounds and could date quite a ways back. We also believe that when ICC was being built, they were actually looted, and we believe they may be burial mounds as well.
Julia says it has been difficult to pinpoint exactly what kind of mounds they are because of the possible interference with the archaeological remains during ICC's construction in the 1960s. Co-President Jordan Bohannon says they are currently working with the Illinois Department of Natural Resources to get an expert to take a look at the mounds.
So we're actually now in the process of having people come out to examine what could be in there, if there's still anything in there, and to just give us the 100% confirmation that they are mounds and what type they would be.
He says they would like to have the mounds officially recognized and protected.
The mounds on campus were never recognized anywhere, so it's something that is part of the reason why we never knew anything about them for certain.
Raising awareness of the mounds isn't the SAFE group's first rodeo when it comes to bringing advocacy to the Peoria community. Julia Carpenter says their projects focused around cleaning up the campus and surrounding community are the most popular for members and interested students.
A lot of students just kind of see a flyer at school and they want to get involved and they're not sure how to, but they'll be sitting waiting for class and they see this flyer and it's like, come volunteer, and they do it and they end up having such a good time. Like they have a bonding experience with other students.
Tom Hayner is a biology professor at ICC and a faculty advisor for SAFE. Hayner says participation in the program took a hit during the pandemic.
Especially pre-COVID, we had a very large group of students that were active in a lot of our SAFE activities. And since then, the group's probably been about half that size.
But Hayner says students are still passionate about SAFE's mission.
Certainly the interest is there, the desire to be part of the environment and part of the solution to helping the environment.
Last semester, the ICC SAFE group collaborated with the Bradley University Environmental Club in a river cleanup project. They're also members of the meeting committee for the Peoria Clean Water Celebration. SAFE co-president Julia Carpenter says volunteering directly in the community is particularly rewarding.
The sense of accomplishment when we're done with the cleanup, we're typically like hot and sweaty and like it was a hard day of work, and the students can see just how much work they've done. It's so satisfying to hold the trash bag and be like, we did this, we picked this up.
Although Julia and Jordan's time with the SAFE program at ICC is limited, they have a plan to make sure it continues on even after their graduation. Julia says finding new leadership for SAFE can be difficult.
Because we're a community college, a lot of students just go there for 2 years. Some of them stay longer, but a lot of them are just getting those gen eds done and leaving. So it's kind of harder to maintain like a cohesive group.
But despite that baked-in challenge, she also says SAFE now has the membership needed to pass on the torch.
Having a sense of leadership and also like passing the torch down to other students constantly helps a lot.
Other ICC projects will include updating trail signage around campus, river cleanups, and more collaborations with the Bradley University Environmental Club. For WCBU's On Deck, I'm Isabella Nieto.
Now, before we let you go, the Pekin Farmers Market is happening today in the Miller Center parking lot. The market goes from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. And that's all for today. You can subscribe to WCBU's On Deck podcast on Apple, Spotify, or the NPR app.